Hey guys, Odd5 here with episode number 16 of our Brentford career mode on Football Manager 2020. Before we get into anything, subscribe to the channel. We are going to get out daily Football Manager and FIFA content. So, if you like either of those, subscribe to the channel. Simple as that. But, today's episode we have the beginning of season number 3 and also the transfers from this past transfer window. Obviously we're still in it, so there are some still possibilities that could join us, but let's go over who's come in, who's gone out, and we'll also go over the preseason really quickly. Alright, so we start off with Jan Zambarek going on loan to Millwall in the Championship, getting some game time for him. He is a young Czech winger, not too bad. Being honest, don't see much of a future for him here at the club. Obviously we've got Ollie Watkins and we've got that young French player we signed last season. The next is Frederick Hammond. He's gone to Wimbledon in League 2. He is Frederick Hammond in a central midfield. He's a box-to-box. We have a lot of box-to-box midfielders, and he looks like maybe another one that if this loan doesn't go too well, we probably will look to move on at the end of this season, or maybe just keep him in the youth squad as backup. Then we've got Halil Davis. He's a Dutch left winger going to Oxford in League 1. Again, a decent winger. Not the best, and he's not got the best potential. But again, he is a decent one that can come in, do a job if we do need him. He can also play at cam and at striker if he really needs to. And he actually has a pretty high value should we want to sell him on at the end of the season. And the final loan, Gustav Mogensen. He is a right winger from Denmark at Grimsby in League 1. And again, not the best potential, but again, he can do a job. So that's all the loans. We then have Justin Shaibu, who literally has not made an appearance for us. He was here, we loaned him out for 2 seasons to Bournemouth, did alright there. Then he didn't play against for us last season, and then he left on a free to the Danish First Division. Right, now we've got a couple of boys that have actually made a couple of odd appearances here and there. The first is Joel Valencia, who we sold to Blackburn for 1 million. Picked him up for 1.8 before I joined from some Polish team. So we've lost 800k, but literally did not play a single game in the league for us last season. And he played 20 games for us in the Championship, with 8 of them being in the league, 12 being substitutes. So he hasn't really done much for us. He scored twice and assisted twice. He's only got 2 assists in his whole career for a winger. That's not it. In 205 games, he has 14 goals and 2 assists. Just think about that. That is nowhere near good enough. Next up is Sergi Canos, another player who's made the odd appearance here and there for us. Not a single league appearance last season. Only 9 the year before. Then we loaned him up to Girona. He got 1 goal in 14 games. He got 1 goal, 1 assist in 9 games. Well replaced. He actually came through the Barcelona Youth Academy, spent some time at Liverpool, then he went on loan to Brentford, joined Norwich, and then they signed him, and he seems to actually play in real life. But yeah, he has gone back to Spain, 24 years old. Maybe he could do something with his career now, but again, we got a mil for him. And then Julien Genvier, 1.8 million for this boy, 29-year-old. Where's he from? Ghanaian. And yeah, he played 13 games for us last season, mostly coming in for Pinnock or Janssen when they got their suspension. But look, you can see, signed him for 1.8, sold him for 1.8. Nice bit of business there. And again, he has definitely been replaced very well. So, that's for the outs. Let's just say we have spent the majority of our transfer budget. We've spent... Man, can you not hear me talking through the wall?
Sub to Sonny Butler.
But let's get into the signings. There's a black bar across the screen right now, so you cannot see who we've signed or the exact total to how much we've spent. But we'll go for the first signing. It is Lawrence Shankland. 2 million we picked him up for from Dundee United in the Scottish Division. He has had a pretty good, decent career there. 30 goals in 64 appearances, just under a goal every other game. I think it's a decent goal to game ratio. Coming for the step up, he's got 17 finishing, 16 composure, 17 determination, 15 off the ball. He's not the quickest in terms of acceleration. His pace is decent enough. He's alright agility. I think he's ready to make the step up. And he will be competing with Pietro Pellegrini this season. The fact that we paid 2 million for him, that was his release clause at the time, 2 million, and his current contract 25k per week, I think is decent. He does go up to 30k, an extra 5k if he gets 5 appearances for Scotland. So depending on form, whatnot, he might actually get that. But 25 years old, we signed him for 2 million. His value is already 7.25. 3-star, competing with Pellegrini, I think should do well, and yeah, should help out quite nicely. Now, do I do it in order of the order I bought him in, or least expensive to most expensive? We'll do least to most expensive. Second up, Ben Woodburn, the Welsh winger from Liverpool. 2.5 stars currently. He could potentially go up to 4 stars, but from the Liverpool Academy, he played 6 games for Liverpool. Then he spent 3 years out on loan at Sheffield United, Oxford and Swansea, performing pretty decently at Swansea and Oxford, averaging just under a 7 one year and just over a 7 on the other. And he can play left wing, he can play at cam if we need to, and he can also play up top. Great dribbling, great first touch. His acceleration, agility and pace are all very good. Good composure, good decision making. He's only 21, so he can grow higher. I think is a very, very good bargain for only 5 mil. Because this is competition for Watkins on the left, competition for Edwards at cam if we need it, and it's also competition for Shankland and Pellegrini up top. Should he need to go up top, he can do so. But yeah, I think it's a good signing. 5 mil, definitely. Next up is the man that is coming in to replace Janvier. That is Terence Congolo from Huddersfield. He obviously used to play for Monaco, signed for them for a pretty hefty fee of 13.25 mil. Spent a year there, literally played 3 games. Went on loan to Huddersfield when they survived in the Prem, and then permanently signed for him when they got relegated. Then he went to Fulham, and then he had another year at Fulham at Huddersfield. So he has experience in the English leagues, and the fact that he's gone for 30 million and 17.75, and then we've picked him up for 5.25 mil because he was transfer listed, I think is an absolute bargain, if you ask me. 5.25 mil, 30k per week, no clauses, couple of bonuses in there, not the biggest problems in the air. He's 27 years old, he's in his prime / about to enter his prime. And another thing, left-footed centre-back is what I think it's a very valuable asset, a left-footed centre-back to play on the left side of the defence. But yeah, coming in, replacing Janvier, I think is a very, very good signing. Could probably do bits for us when he's needed. But I'll tell you this now, he is not the only centre-back we have signed this season. Because for a mere £3 million more, we signed Chris Smalling from Manchester United. 31 years old, he's in his prime. He is, I think, the perfect to have 2 powerful centre-backs in Janssen and Chris Smalling. None of that ball playing shit, we're going to just give the balls to the wing-backs instead. But yeah, Chris Smalling, I think is a very good signing. Obviously, spent about 10 years at Manchester United. They signed over 10 mil from Fulham. Did decent there. Not the best, not the worst. Decent time at Roma, where he learnt to defend. The Italians taught him how to defend. Came back to Man United last year. I think Man United played 5 games for him last year. But to pick him up for 8.5 million, and his contract isn't the most either. 68k per week is 7% of our total wage bill. No clauses, and he's got a little bit of a loyalty fee, but he will come into the first team. He is the highest rated defender at the club, 4 stars. Just look at some of these stats. Great heading, great marking, great tackling, great positioning, strength. He's strong and he's quick. He's brave. He's got decent composure and decent concentration, good decision makings, great anticipation, great positioning, as I've said. Yeah, Great signing for only 8.5 mil. Definite bargain, if you ask me. Now we're going to move on to what is a slightly more kind of one for the future, should you say. Kik Pieri. He is a Dutch. He can play centre back and he can play left back, which is what I loved about him, because I needed a rotation for left back because Charlie Daniels is not getting in the team anymore, and he also helps at centre back as well, which is absolutely brilliant considering how many yellow cards and suspensions we get for our centre backs. But yeah, 21 years old, worth 14.75 mil, and how much do we pick him up for? 11 mil from Ajax. Not too bad. I think it was actually, if I remember, I was doing some research on him. If I remember, yeah, he was born in America, but he has chosen to represent Holland, or the Netherlands, whatever. But he's on 30k per week. Again, no clauses, just a couple of bonuses. Very good signing. The board were actually a bit pissed off about this one. They thought I paid a bit too much for him. But honestly, I think it's a good fee. 11 mil is a good fee, I think. And then this is going to be the 6th and final signing that we made. John Joe Kenny. We've signed Chris Smalling, we've signed John Joe Kenny. This is pretty much the Everton career mode. The back line from the Everton career mode. But a very good deal we got for this guy. 11.5 million from Everton. Great acceleration, great stamina, great pace. Composure's not the best, but that's absolutely fine, because he's good off the ball, great positioning, teamwork is very good, work rate is very good. He can win a tackle. So yeah, he's going to be bombing up and down those wings, just absolutely dominating it. But yeah, that's all the signings we've made this season. 43.5 million total in signings. And we picked up a Scotsman, a Welshman, 2 Englishmen, and 2 Dutchies. Not too bad if you ask me. I think they add to the squad very well. If we look at the media predictions, we are actually predicted to finish 17th. I don't know if they've looked at our squad. I don't know if they took into consideration the signings that we've made, but they do think we're going to finish 17th. I hope we can finish higher than that. I would like to finish mid-table and higher, maybe even push for Europa League again. This video has actually been long enough already, so I am just going to do this Reading game in this episode, but we're going to stick to the same games next episode. So the Man United one will be off cam. But yeah, just this one against Reading today. Right, so we've got 2 players making their debuts today, Chris Smalling and John Joe Kenny. As for Reading, they've got Raphael in goal. They're Missy, we had him at Frankfurt last year. Liam Moore, Holmes, Fisher as a back 4. Midfield 3 of Felipe Araruna, Renom Hota, and Ejaria, with Paceto and Puskas as the 2 wingers, and Bolly up top. Come on, look at the space. Got quite a bit of space here. Edwards is better than you, and Pellegrini. Was he offside? It looked like he was offside there. John Joe Kenny in the box, whips it. Ollie Watkins, 2 minutes in, 1-0. John Joe Kenny's already got an assist. Watkins has already got a goal. It's brilliant to see. Watkins has got 12 goals already in this new season. Plays it to side sees his man making the overlapping run, charges into the box to the byline, just puts it across and Watkins gets ahead of his man first. Just simple as that. A simple goal, but so effective. Corner. Are we improved from set pieces this season? Janssen heads it away, but Paceto to Puskas. Raya once again making the save. Janssen to Jensen. Edwards over the top to Kenny. Can he get another assist in this game? Men in the middle. Watkins again. Rico. Can we get across to side this time instead? He's gone down in the box. Nothing, but Kenny's going to get to this one. And we're going to go again. As John Joe Kenny finds a space again down this side. Gets past his man, taken out by Damisi. Watkins is there for the double. And it's a complete replica of the first goal. 2-0. Once again, it is John Joe Kenny charging down the right-hand side. And Ollie Watkins getting ahead of his man on the left-hand side. Wonderful play. Call these boys up to the England squad. Nicely done. No confusion on the ball. No dilly-dally and no wasted time. Jensen over the top to Watkins. Great touch to get past his man. He wants this hat-trick. Oh, he's going for it. What a strike. We're 19 minutes in. But a chance just before the whistle was blown. Janssen at the back post. A beautiful delivery by Jensen. all the way over the top, 3-0. That should be the game wrapped up. Pontus Jansson with the goal. Dinked over the top. That's a volley. Volley's at home in that bottom corner. No one was really marking him there. Poor from the defence of Reading there. There we go. 3-0 is the final score. All the goals coming in the first half. 2 of them coming early in the second half. The other one coming late in the first half. Player of the match goes to Ollie Watkins for his 2 goals. John Joe Kenny had a brilliant debut with 2 assists. What much more? You can't ask for much more than that. Smalling got a, 2 assists and a clean sheet. And Chris Smalling got on a clean sheet as well. Hey, very, very, very good performance by everyone here today. So that's going to be it for today's episode. A great result. Some good signings showing that they are good by their performances. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. If you have, please like, subscribe, and peace.